Hey everybody, welcome to the Tesla Life, episode 16 for July 26, 2017. My name is Russell Frost. I am lucky enough to be your host tonight, and with me, I have my favorite co-host, favorite panelist. I don't even know how to describe him anymore. He's a man about town. He's the man of everything, Mr. Mark Coghlan.
Thank you very much, Russell. Great to be on the show again. Great to be your favorite on the show. That's always positive. That's a great thing.
Doesn't that sound like all of a sudden you're a pet? You know, like, I'm sorry, Mark. This, in fact, was your idea. So, you know what I mean? Like,
that's fine. That's fine. We're having a good time. And as everybody knows that watches this program, we are about 2 days, 48 hours away from the unveiling of, I guess, the second unveiling of the Model 3. We're going to have, I guess, about 30 cars given away. Elon Musk is going to take the stage about 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we here at the Tesla Life will be broadcasting live in conjunction with the other sister show of What Drives Us.
Indeed.
So please come and join us this Friday. Are we going to kick it off at 7 when they open the doors? Are we going to be that insane?
I don't know. You know what? Just because I'm on the East Coast and it's 10 p.m. and it's like, why not? I'm going to kick it off at 7. I'm going to be here.
You're going to do it right at 7 p.m.
I don't know who else is going to be here. But throughout the night, we'll have everybody that you're used to seeing, hopefully. Mark will be here, of course. Tony Schaefer, Evan Fusco, maybe even Patrick Connor, maybe Paul Guzik, who knows? And who knows who else may show up.
That's right. That's right. So, so it's something definitely to look forward to in just a couple days.
Maybe Elon's going to stop by here first.
We're hoping. We're hoping. We put the invite out, so we're not sure.
Yeah, we haven't heard back yet. We don't know.
No, it could be either way, really. Yeah. If you don't hear, it could happen.
It could. I feel so bad saying that. I just feel like, come on.
You never know what could happen, Just don't know.
You never know. Who can tell what could possibly happen? The possibilities are unlimited. And speaking of unlimited, let's talk about the amazing Tesla news that we have for this week.
Got some really cool stuff that's come up. And I'm going to start with a story from Electric, who happened to get some great video of a Tesla executive getting into a Model 3. So the VP of Engineering
do you want me to grab the video, Mark?
I've got it. I think I can probably throw it up here. Thanks for the reminder.
No. I was gonna try to be helpful for once.
Oh, that would have been.
Since I'm not shaving, I have time.
Okay, sharing the screen.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can get. Where's the video? Here's the video. Okay. So the first thing it's going to show, and we'll just play it a little bit.
Is it the sun's behind the cameraman?
So just to stop right here, he was playing with the seat. So that gives us an indication that the seat does have power, a power seat in it. So he was moving the seat back to get in. Now, if you'll notice, it's kind of hard to see, but keep your eye on the hand here. He has brought out something interesting. Now, a little quick, I'm going to back it up again. There, he's going to get the seat belt. Oh, it's really tough to see.
He grabbed something out of his pocket. Wait, why is his hand on his butt? Oh.
So he gets it there, right there. He has something in his hand. Right at this point, he's got a black item in his hand.
It's the MX Black card.
He is a VP, maybe. But
I thought only James Bond got that.
But what he does is he takes this and he moves it to the center console and he puts the card in the console.
No. In the console?
We're thinking it goes into the console. So this, and I'll just let you That's about it. He gets in the car. He pulls out.
Runs over some reporters.
I just can't like those Aero wheels. They're too weird looking for me.
They're ugly as.
They are just weird looking.
My apologies to all of you who like them, and they're absolutely fine. I just, not my thing.
Yeah. So anyways, he goes for a drive, but the speculation is possibly that he has a key card in his hand, and that's what he's using instead of a fob for the car to operate. So there has been some speculation on a few sites that this is actually happening, that he has some sort of a key card that is in place of the fob. And he slips it into the center console, or it's close enough to a reader that lets the car, start up and move. But
right. Well, one would think it's RFID or something, right?
Yeah. And there are a couple of, a few other production cars that have a key card fob.
Let me
like
show
that as
you
well.
a still from this video.
Okay.
How's that?
Wow. You got to zoom right in on that.
How's that? Now that's a weird looking. That looks like a floppy disk.
It's kind of big, isn't it?
It's a 3.5-inch floppy disk.
And of course, there's other people that are saying it's nothing, and we got another group that says that it's just a something for the employees at Tesla. It's their card to get into the plant.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
So there's a number of different thoughts on what this could be, but
here's another shot for you.
Okay,
that's not from the same video, but this is another video claiming that maybe it's this thing, this little folder that says Tesla on the outside that has some sort of RFID key in it or some sort of ID badge. Who knows?
Right, because and he does mention in the video that he's asked, "Is this a production car?" And he said it is. And to this point, no one has shown us a picture of a key fob for the Model 3. Similar to what the S's and the X have, is that little model that looks like a miniature car. That
right.
really has not been shown to this point from somebody else. So who knows? Who knows if that is it or not?
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Okay.
Because I like going out on limbs. I'm going to make a prediction that this has nothing to do with starting the car. My prediction is that at best it may be a production vehicle, but they have ways of tracking who is using what vehicle by using their RFID Tesla employee badge. And it has nothing to do that. There's going to be a standard key fob that comes with this vehicle. Okay. That's my prediction.
All right. You were on the limb.
Yeah, it's not very much of a limb when you think about it, is it? I mean, it involves angels opening the car doors for you. That would be going out on a limb.
That's right. Wow. So, so kind of cool. We are hopefully going to learn a little bit more in about 48 hours. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of different information that comes and hits us. I wonder, though, I wonder if we're not going to get quite as much as we'd like to get. Like, I wonder if we'll get maybe the big ticket items, but really the small stuff that some people think of and have been asking questions about, that's not going to happen until it's in the hands of many people and they're making their own videos and posting everything that they can about the car.
That's an interesting question, and you'll have to watch the show on Friday to find out.
Exactly.
Because when we're finding out, and when you see my shocked face.
What does that look like?
Yeah. That's my, oh my God.
Face. There you go. Yes.
Yeah. That is a key card. I was totally wrong. I'm so sad.
Fun. Yes, indeed.
Triple fun.
Okay. I'm going to ask Russell if you can move on to your first story, and
I will be happy to. I'll be
tee
happy
up my story behind.
That's fine. Once again, our friends at Electrek announced something that I thought was interesting, worth talking about. The headline is, and I quote, "Tesla Model 3 can now officially cost only about $25,000 in California after incentives." 25 grand.
25 grand.
after incentives, 25 grand
Sign me up.
for a Tesla Model 3. Now, of course, let's be clear. This is not going to be the fastest. This is not going to be the longest range. It's probably not going to have all the bells and whistles that other ones would. But as a base model Model 3, that's a pretty damn good value.
Is it ever? That's an understatement.
Yeah.
25, plus your taxes to get out the door, but still 25 for this car, man.
Right.
Sign me up for 2.
Absolutely. Now, of course, it depends in California on what rebates are available, what your income is, and all of that. There's different rebates available, and that are only available to some people. And I want to say that, if you make over 150,000 as an individual or 300,000 for joint tax filers, you're not. You do not qualify for the additional $2,500 CVRP. That is the Clean Vehicle Rebate Project. The extra $2,500 that would help bring that price down to $25K. So if you've got a lot of money, you don't get the extra $2,500, and that's probably as it should be. I mean, I'm going to stick with that. That's as it should be. Right on. Good for California.
Now, does that mean that California is going to sell a boatload of these? Like, does that, certainly Tesla's releasing this car in California to start with, around the Bay Area, and then spreading out to the rest of California. I got to believe that's going to be a tsunami of sales.
I mean, I think that's a no-brainer. This is Tesla's backyard. This is advanced technology vehicles' backyard. This is the state that leads the country, if not the world, in cleaner vehicles, as far as aggressive incentives and infrastructure, and all of that. And certainly there are more than enough humans with the income to afford the Tesla in California. It's definitely going to be the stronghold. And pretty soon we're as soon as Tesla ramps up production, I suspect we're going to see Model 3s on the road like we see Priuses on the road in California now, which is like every third car.
That's going to be a lot
and that's
of cars.
Not a complaint. That's a good thing.
That is going to be a ton of cars.
Yeah, and good. I would love to see a Model 3 traffic jam. That would make my heart happy. Because it would be dead silent and not smoking.
Absolutely. So, next, we're going to talk a little bit about a story that has come up, and it's again along the rumor lines. Lots of rumors this week, but what we've heard from some media outlets is that there's been some question about the Tesla battery size in the Model 3, and there's also been some questions lately about the battery size that are going into the current Model S's and X's. If you remember, a number of months ago, there was a story about the battery, or the software locked battery, the one that was, I believe it was locked to 60, but could go up to 75 if you paid the extra money, and it pushed it forward. That software locked battery disappeared after a few months. They took it off the offering for building in a Tesla car. Most recently, there's now a software locked 75 battery that can be up to an 85. So that has appeared. And Elon Musk, in some tweets, has talked about the new battery that's supposedly going in the Model 3, the new battery size that's being made at the Gigafactory, in our Bobbing for Batteries episode. But it had the ability, or there was the thought that this battery was going into not only the power walls that were being produced at the Gigafactory, but also into the Model 3. But a group has come up with and actually has started to post some questions about, is there a third size out there? A 4416 has come to light. And on a recent podcast episode of Teslanomics with Ben, he talked a little bit about this possibility that Tesla in the background has been making a third battery size. And this size would allow some things to be solved for, such as a 75 software locked battery that could be jumped to 85, because the traditional thought is if you're making a battery and putting those extra batteries into a pack that may never be unlocked, you could possibly lose money because people may not actually unlock the battery to its full ability, and those batteries are lost or locked inside a pack that would never be utilized. There's also discussion that a number of groups are hoping that the Model 3 will actually reach 300 miles as a top end. And there's some question as to whether or not the batteries that they claim are going into it to start with will be able to achieve that. So having a larger battery would be able to achieve that 300-mile mark in the Model 3. So again, a lot of rumor speculation, but it's kind of interesting that this Teslanomics has put this out there just this week. And they say that they've got some confirmation from someone within Tesla. And again, they're not naming sources, obviously, but this type of speculation has come out based on apparently someone inside that knows a little bit about what's going on.
I see.
Now,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I mean, I'm not really up to speed on this 4416 battery. I've never heard of this.
And it's the first time I heard of it was earlier this week. So,
right. This is an this number refers to an aggregate pack of batteries, not an actual cell.
No, it refers to the cell.
It refers to the cell.
44 by 160 is what they're saying it is, but it's referred to in the report as a 4416.
I mean, I just like they built the whole Gigafactory to make this 2170 battery.
Correct.
Well, and I'm not really like, where would this one come from?
It's something that he says he's gotten this report, and it's kind of interesting that some of the things fit in place as to what would come along the line with a larger battery. Now, it could be completely wrong, and you're right. We've never heard this number before. It's something brand new, and kind of surprising that we would not have heard about maybe the Gigafactory producing more than one size of battery. But to this point, it's only been that, what's the number? The
2170.
70. So that's the only thing we've ever heard. That's the only thing we've ever seen pictures of. And at this point, that's all we know that exists.
And understand, I mean, and to keep, like, this is Tesla's version of the 18650, which is a nearly universal lithium-ion cell that is used everywhere for everything. The 2170 was Tesla's improvement on that technology.
Right.
And that was, as my understanding goes, that's what the Gigafactory was supposed to be pumping out like crazy. So this 4416 thing I've never heard of. That's
so
weird. And that's big.
That is, that's like double the size, right?
Yeah, that's like double the size.
Yeah. So it's something that's come up. Again, it's a rumor, but some are saying it's backed up by someone within Tesla. It could be completely wrong, but I'm certainly going to keep my eye open as we move forward as to there might be some more to this as time goes along. In fact, who knows? We might even hear something 2 days from now. But it's let's face it. If Tesla is making, like, they've made this gigantic plant, do you not think that innovation going forward, that they could come up with a better mousetrap as time goes along?
So here's the devil's advocate side of that. Yes, absolutely they could. But when you've invested a whole ton of money into a big factory to make one thing, form factor, and pump out a ton of them because you need a ton of them, the idea that they would shift gears I mean, Model S and Model X currently use the 18650.
Yeah.
Okay. Which again, everybody makes, purchasable everywhere, blah, blah, blah.
And on top of that, Elon has said that he doesn't think that those Model X's and S's are going to move to the 21 battery size.
Right.
They're going to remain at well, he hasn't said they're remaining at anything. He just says they're not going into the 21 size.
Right. So the 2170 was essentially a Model 3 battery, right?
Yeah. And that's what it was billed as.
Right. So
and of course the power packs or the power walls.
Right.
Those
take
that same battery as well.
So it would be weird for them to change. I'm not, it would be smart. It would be innovative for them to change because, again, big organizations, one of their weaknesses is, it's like steering the Titanic.
Yeah, they can't,
not very nimble.
They can't stop. Yeah,
you can't go, hey, look, we just discovered this really cool new thing. It's like, shit, we can't change this. Maybe 5 years from now we can make that, but whereas a smaller company can react and upgrade very quickly. So I don't know. That's a really interesting story.
Yeah. So I will put the link in. You can watch the video yourself. But I saw that earlier in the week, and my mouth dropped, and thought, hey, we gotta put this possibility out there and let people know about it as well. And again, it may not be correct, but man, if this is something they are doing in the background, man, talk about keeping a secret.
Well, I mean, and that's certainly something Tesla, like Apple, is very good at. Obviously, somebody's good at intimidating people, right?
Yeah.
You better not talk. Well, our final story this week. Well, maybe not quite final, but my final story this week. If you've watched me on What Drives Us, and maybe even here, you probably heard me talk about racing. Car racing and car companies love car racing. I'm not a big fan of car racing. Not that I don't like seeing cars go fast and do incredibly cool things. I'm not a big fan of car racing from the standpoint of seeing car companies dump millions of dollars into car racing. And I'm dubious that the returns for car racing meet the ROI that dumping millions into other things might not do. We hear about, well, racing spurs innovation and blah, blah, blah. And maybe, yeah. But honestly, again, I don't know that I have to race against somebody else's team in Monaco to test a new product out. I think I could probably do that somewhere else, cheaper. But car company executives do love junkets. And so do car writers. And, there's a whole culture built around this. And again, I'm not running down those of you who like going fast and racing. Right on, that's cool. I don't even have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with any racing. I question the value. Interestingly enough, again, our friends at Electric noted that as the first few seasons of Formula E have completed, that BMW, Audi, Mercedes-Benz are now joining Formula E. Mercedes-Benz especially has been aggressive about talking about how they want to just race in Formula E. Who's not joining Formula E?
Tesla.
Yeah, our friends in Fremont or Palo Alto, depending on how you view it. Tesla hasn't. And I want to say that this makes me happy because I'm glad Tesla's focusing on making cars and not making race cars. I'm glad Tesla's focusing on production because I think where they're at right now, I think that's the smart decision. Yeah, you know what? Formula E is probably awesome and cool. And isn't it great that, let me show you something here. I'm going to share this picture from this Electric article and show you why. Here's one example of why I'm not so hip on racing. Got that? See that there, kids? That's a Formula E race car, and that Formula E race car is racing. See the name on it? Yeah.
Company that's not racing quite as much.
Yeah, the company that doesn't have a factory and ain't ever going to have one. They built a race car, though.
It looks like someone put their budget into something when maybe it should have been spent elsewhere.
Yeah, there's no doubt that racing isn't good marketing at some level. The question is, does it pay off? Here's a guy, and just to spur some more things. I don't know who Nico Rosberg is or Rosberg, but apparently he's a race car driver. He's a Formula One champion, excuse me. He had meetings with Tesla just a few days ago and tweeted this picture. Hey, Nico. At the Tesla factory, or at least at the test factory. Maybe it was the tester factory, and it just looks like that's a Tesla. So, you know, and maybe he just wants to buy a Model 3. I don't know. But you know what? Tesla's not in Formula E racing, and I support Formula E. I think it's cool and it's fun. But I'm glad Tesla's not there. That's fine. You know what? Let Daimler and let Audi and BMW blow the millions on Formula E racing. It's good for them. They've got that money to waste. And let Tesla make really good production Model 3.
Yeah, it's something like you said. A company gets in line what they're doing first, and then let the advertising flow after that. But Tesla has got way too many things going on, anyways, to even think about racing. Like, let's face it, with the different they're building tunnels in their backyard. Like, there are many things that they're doing that are not car core competencies that they are spending their extra time on. Whether that's Elon, the head of the company, or some others that may be involved. But man, to add another one to the list is just crazy.
Yeah, I think going to Mars is probably enough hobbies for Tesla, quote unquote, to have. Reusable self-landing rockets. That's a great, that's enough. You don't have to do the Formula E circuit to impress me. I'm impressed.
Yes. And maybe you can, I've got another quick story. Maybe, Russell, if you could take a look for the video of the elevator, the car elevator. I will go on to our next story, next surprise story from Tesla Arty. Is that how they pronounce it? Tesla Arty?
Tesla Roddy.
Roddy.
Yes.
We've got just a recent shot of the Gigafactory. And is it coming up?
Yep. Hold on one second. Let me. Yes, we have video.
There we go. So, an interesting caption, of course. It's letting us know that. Are you showing the video of the car?
Yes. Did you want to see that?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
We'll just go with that. That's fine.
Okay. Did I jump the gun? I'm sorry, Mark.
Go ahead. Play it.
Okay. It's only 22 seconds. So here we go. There's a Model S.
Yeah, pulling onto a white surface.
With some mysterious sort of machine parts in the background. It looks like
tunnel walls.
It's SpaceX.
That's right.
SpaceX. Oh my God! It's sinking.
Is there a sinkhole like Florida? No, it's an actual elevator. So there they are testing in a SpaceX's backyard, and of course, which is also attached to the design studio for Tesla in Hawthorne, California. They've dug a hole, a tunnel, and now they've got an elevator that lowers the car into the tunnel. So I think our friend Lee Moon, friend of the show, has actually said in one of our. Got some audio going.
Yeah, what's that?
One of the Facebook posts is that he imagines that now the big silver plunger, like a pinball machine, will now shoot the car into play. So he's imagining the silver ball being dropped down, the plunger, and then firing it into the tube. So I thought that was pretty good. That was an interesting comment. That it reminded him of a pinball machine, the car being lowered in and then fired into the tunnel. So here's again Tesla working on. Like, how many people are working on this stuff? Like, who are these people? Like, have they got nothing else to do? Like, Elon is hiring tons of people to work on these pet projects that are just thoughts in his head, and then he goes out and makes them in his backyard.
You gotta love him for that at one level. I mean, he's not racing cars, but yeah, he's building car elevators in the SpaceX parking lot.
like just unbelievable. Just
Yeah.
it is like you said, you got to love it because there's so much. It's just boggling that this is going on in a business.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he just jumps from one thing to another.
And we're going to see, we will find out in the next month or two how, whether or not Tesla's going to make their goals. But I mean, in 2 days time, Tesla's going to deliver the first Model 3s and they're going to start full on production. I mean, that's an impressive thing if they pull it off. If he actually does it, it's going to be a hell of an achievement.
Yeah.
It really is.
And just to touch on our last story, we've got a picture here of the Gigafactory 1. And I love the caption that it shows a parking lot in need of expansion. As we've talked about in the past with our parking lot cams that have been cut off. But you can see a recent shot here of the factory building it in modules. As you can clearly see on the roof, they're broken up into squares. But apparently, right as it sits today, it's only about 35% of its actual size.
That's crazy.
Which is just mind-boggling that this thing is only like a third of the size it is. It's got another 2/3 to go, which is just insanity. But here it is in living color, sitting in the desert, pumping out batteries.
Which no one may even use. No, wait, somebody's going to use them. But
yeah, I think they'll probably be used in some way. But that's it for the news today. There is a lot more, but of course, we're saving a little bit of it for the big show coming up in 2 days.
Yeah.
Because if Russell kicks this thing off at 7 p.m. Pacific, man, we got a lot of time to talk about.
Yeah, you're going to hear me tell jokes for 3 hours, or no, you're not. We're going to be talking Tesla the whole night. We're going to be watching the video with you. We're going to be digging in deep and talking about what's going on. We'll go back over the news that we haven't covered this week. And of course, it's going to be Model 3 all night long. Model 3, Model 3. Get ready to get sick of that phrase, Model 3, because that's the big news.
Yeah,
that's the exciting thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And 30 lucky golden ticket holders may end up owning the chocolate factory. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's
different show.
Different show.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. I get that so confused. Willy Wonka's Boring Company, right?
That's right.
Isn't that? He has a great glass elevator or something. I don't know.
So all sorts of stuff. So mark your calendars. Actually, why not subscribe? Get on YouTube. Go to our link, the Tesla Life Space Show, subscribe, and click on notifications. And as soon as the show starts up, bingo, your device will go off and you'll know that the show has started.
And you can watch us, and you can, comment in the chat room if you want. Tell us what we're missing. Ask us questions. We love that.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely search for the Tesla Life Show on YouTube. Look for that friendly red logo you see at the beginning of every show. And we'll be there waiting for you. We're waiting for you to show up, because otherwise it's just Mark and I talking to each other.
That's right.
Actually, you know what? I'm kind of cool with that. We're gonna just talking back and forth. That's fine too. But we'd rather have you there.
That's right. Yeah, just adds to the fun.
Absolutely.
Also, you can follow us on Twitter at the Tesla Life, and also on Facebook. Just a little bit of a different variation. Facebook.com/The Tesla Life and the numeral 1. Absolutely. Great prop. Just pulled that out of thin air.
You like that? It's like I don't have a pen and a piece of paper. Like, that's old school.
That's great.
A chalkboard when we get to California. Okay, I'm going to be right on it. It'll be like that Glenn Beck style, kind of like insane, connecting bubbles to things, and then Elon Musk went to the Great Pyramid, and I'm sorry.
I'm so looking forward to that.
I have always wanted to do that show too. I've always wanted to do that show. The Pharaoh Tutankhamun.
Boom.
What does this have to do with anything? Then we'll really learn about which battery is going to be in the next Tesla. Okay,
there you go.
That's where we're going to get to the bottom of that. So thank you, Mark. Yeah, the Tesla Life #1 on Facebook, the Tesla Life on Twitter, and of course, search the Tesla Life Show on YouTube and subscribe there so that you don't have to worry about when it starts. 7 o'clock Pacific. time on YouTube is when we go. Mark and I, all of your favorite, well, hopefully all of your favorite What Drives Us cast as well will be there. And the only thing we need is you. You mind? Can you show up? It's my birthday. Can you just show up, please?
Oh, man, we got to get cake now.
You know what? Yeah. No. If you get cake, I get nothing. That's not, I need cake. Look at me. I'm skin and bones. I need cake. As always, want to thank Lee Moon for our amazing theme music. Lee wrote and performed and generously lets us use it for free. So we want to thank him for that. Mark, anything else, dude?
That is it.
I think I'm good. My head's still spinning on the 44 160 and the 21.
Yeah,
I'm just like, why would they? I got to get to the bottom of this because that really weirds me out in a way. So until then, until Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube, check in and find out what's new and exciting in the Tesla life. See you then.